Hello everybody and welcome to Trains Tuesday. Just got a few engines going around. Might have remembered last week we just put a little bit more of this wall up. So I haven't done a lot since. Printed off the wall support just here. And I was thinking I might put some more in all along that wall, just to hold it up. And so I came along here, tried to fit it here, and didn't fit. Looks like we've got an angle on the retaining wall, which kind of makes sense. But we need to put a support in for that, so I can't just print another one. Got to redraw it, work out how to fit. And the first thing to do would be to work out what that angle is between the vertical here and the wall. So we've got to get some of our old trigonometry out. The first thing to work out, or to know, is the height of that, because that's 125 millimeters, and at the top of that 125, what have we got? 17 millimeters out from the wall. So with that information, knowing that that's a right angle triangle, going back to our fifth form geometry, we should be able to work out what the angle is. Okay, so let's work this out. So I think I said we needed to use our geometry. I think it's trigonometry, isn't it? So what do we have? We had the wall at an angle. We had our floor. And we had that existing pillar that sort of looked something like that. With roughly like that. Anyway, and our wall came up here, so we needed to know what that angle there is. Now we know what that height was because we measured that. That's 125, and you saw me measure across here. That was 17. That's right angle. So we have our right angle triangle where this is 17, this is 125, this is 17, and we need to know what that angle is, don't we? Now I don't want to traumatise any baby boomers, but we all remember what this book is. This book is our magic book that we took into exams that have all of the things we know to work out angles and that. And somewhere in here is our trigonometry functions. Yeah, look at those. And the one we want is this one here. Tan of the angle is y over x. So the tan of that angle is y, and in this case our y is 17 and our x is 125. So the tan of that angle equals, what did we say, y over x, 17 over 125, which equals to, just had to go off and do that on the calculator, 0.136. So if we go to our tangent function table, there. Cosines, tangents, and we find point, what did we say, 0.136 on here somewhere. 0.1, 0.133, so somewhere in between those two, which is 7 degrees, 0.6, 7.6, 7.7. So theta equals 7.6 to 7.7. Let's say 8 degrees. So and keep that in mind, remember 8 degrees. Okay, so we want to build another supporting column like this one, only this one has a vertical back. We want this one to be at about 8 degrees. So let's get started. Let's import our basic boarding block, and we want about those three wide. Oops, sorry. We want those 3 wide. And 4 long. So there's our bottom layer. I'm going to apply that. And we want to import another block to build our next layer up with. That's it there, there. Just want to move it up by the height of a block, which is 4.27 millimeters. And we want to turn that through 90 degrees. Bring it over. If we make it too wide, we'll shrink it down. The same width as this one, which is 12 millimeters, 16 at the moment. 12. In the center, we'll just hide that one down in the center. So nice, we'll line it up. Not good enough. Back to that back edge. I'll move it forward by about 1 millimeter. And we want to run that whole thing out this way. Just apply that first. Array, so it's going in the right direction, so let's run that out. Sorry. That's about right. Apply that. Then we can join those two levels together. Our Boolean. That makes that one piece. And then we can stack those up. Vertically. So our Z is about 125 millimeters. 28mm is close enough for me. Then, like we did with the other one, just bring back, we want to put that stagger on there. We do that by just offsetting in either the X or the Y direction. I think it's the Y direction. Let's just try. And I'm wrong. Let's try in the X direction. Right, so we're just offsetting that. I'll just unhide this cube. So this cube can represent our wall. So if we had a vertical wall, we'd want to step it back so that this brick here was about here. So we can just keep stepping back. So 0.06, see where that takes us. Oh, pretty close. So at 0.06 step, we've got this wall nicely stepping back to a wall that was vertical. But we know that our wall wasn't vertical, don't we? We know our wall was at 8 degrees, so we want to turn this block 8 degrees. 8 degrees on the X or the Y. Always get confused. Right, but we do want to turn it the other way. So that's what it'll look like when it matches up against an 8-degree wall. Just print this piece here. But we don't really want these 3 bricks. We want sort of something that looks like that. So we might just increase that angle a bit more. So maybe 0.08. 0.08 is pretty good. 0.085. Yeah, too much. That would get too thin at the top there when we're trying to print it. 0.08. So that's about what we want. Now on this one I cut it off here in the software, but actually not going to do it this time. I'm going to leave it like that and export that whole thing so that we can use it in, let's get rid of that. So we just want to export that and we'll import that into our slicing software, and I'll show you how we get that 8-degree wall. We just want to export that. Do our column. We'll call it column at 8 degrees. Just going to export that. Let's just make sure that's exported the whole lot. Hang on a minute. What's taking so long is exporting everything that's in this sheet. So just want to select that. And we want to export that selection only to there. Yeah, look at the size of the file. Okay, so I've just exported that. Now what we want to do is open it in our Cura software, which does our slicing for us. Put a column at 8 degrees into here. Okay, so, yeah. Now what I forgot to do, forgot to put some, so now I just want to put some texture onto this. Go to sculpture. And it's going to put some texture on these blocks. Overdone that a bit and set on 0.5. We'll change that to 0.3. Some texture on these blocks. Do that. And do that with all the blocks. Do that with these front blocks. So I'll do that all the way up, and we'll come back. Okay, so we have the texture done now on the sides, one of those blocks. Just going to export that file to our 8 degree. Funny thing is, you won't even have seen some of that. And then we'll import it into Cura, our slicing software. Okay, so we're now in Cura, so we can open that file in Cura. And what we can do is we can actually rotate that. First of all, we'll just rotate it by 90 degrees. And then if we drop it down, it will only print what's above the line, above that table floor. And then don't forget, we wanted it to be at 8 degrees. So let's just turn this to 8 degrees. And we'll bring it above the line where we want it. And that will be our print. That will be our print. It'll be, the wall will be at 8 degrees. We can slice that and save that. Okay, printing the column, the one with the angle, 8 degree angle for the 8 degree wall. It's printing, it's at 36%, so we've got a little while to wait. But it's coming along. And there they are, two side by side. Done the blocking slightly different on each of them. Don't know which I prefer. So this one has a vertical. Camera sort of distorts it a bit, doesn't it? I noticed that when I was doing those diagrams or drawing those triangles to work out the 8 degrees, they were distorting it. But anyway, this one's for the 8 degree wall, so it's on an angle compared to the bottom. And this one's for a 90 degree wall, so it's straight. So let's just put those in place where they were. So this one goes here, fits nicely, and this one's going to go here, and that fits nicely. So I might print a couple more. And so here comes the California Zephyr pulled by the Amtrak diesel engine. This is the train we caught from San Francisco, or from Chicago to San Francisco a few years ago. Pacific. Just going past our new wall with the new supports on it. And then Pacific goes from Sydney to Perth. Haven't been on that one yet, but want to go on that one sometime. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. How to make some support columns for the wall. So if you did enjoy that and you're still watching, please hit the like button. And if you're not already, please subscribe. And we'll see you again next year. Oh, by the way, there's just the proof that Trisha and I did go from Chicago to San Francisco on the California Zephyr. Not that we needed proof. Anyway, farewell for now, and we'll see you again next week.